Hello and welcome in everybody to another Wyldwood live stream. Today we're going to be doing some painting and seeing how easy these models are to paint. My name's Adrian and I'm joined today by Quentin. How you doing, Quentin?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing well. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We have had lots of questions about videos for painting Wyldwood. How do you paint them? Are they easy to paint? Are they difficult to paint? And that's what we're going to be answering today. We're going to be showing a couple different scales of models, the main models, which are the 6mm bases. And then also, we've got some wood wisps in the crowd today. Now, this is a good litmus test because you haven't painted in like forever.
Yeah. Couldn't even tell you. I think the last thing I painted was some purple Space Marines, glittery as well, like 10 years ago.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So this will be a good test. Although we're going to start you off easy. You're going to be painting some of the wisps, which are little critters in our world. They are teeny tiny. And so, it's a good little kind of warm-up project. Yeah. So it's going to be awesome. If you don't know what Wyldwood is, well, you're also in the right place. We'll tell you all about it. This is, of course, our upcoming Fantasy Stone Age skirmish game. It's played with large display scale models. Everything is, the characters are 60mm. The main champions are 120mm bases. And then we have which are just your tokens, which are tiny. The game's going to be launching on Kickstarter September 15th, so we'd love to see you there. And we've been hard at work and in development. I actually have the final models from the manufacturers getting sent to us right now, so we should have those soon. And it's a very exciting time. So yeah, we're going to be doing Wyldwood Wednesdays every Wednesday through the end of the Kickstarter. So thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Let's see. I know it's a weird time of day, so we might be a little bit slow on the draw with people. What's up, Aaron? Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. With that, folks, let's dive on in and see what we got. So with these larger models, there's like two kind of schools of thought. People are like, oh, it's so much easier to paint. Big features. It's big features, basically. Big details, easy. I can hold a model. But then also sometimes people get intimidated by the scale of the model because there is so much to cover. And so we're going to be exploring today. I'm going to be painting this model from the beginning. I doubt we'll get all the way through, but, I'll show we can make a lot of progress here. So this is actually the Sage of Seasons, one of our orcs, the Nightwood Covenant characters. Boop. And so he's got this, I haven't slid into the base yet. So he's kind of crouching over this little blossom. He's got his Cloak of the Seasons, of course, which is has a number of ways you can paint it, but we have like leaves and berries, and then some kind of ground foliage, some roots. And this one was really designed to just be a playground for painters to approach them however they want. I think I might want to show a few different seasons in here. And I really want to show how I'm painting my orcs, especially the skin, because again, it can seem daunting, and I'm here to show you it's not. So that'll be cool. And then here, I can hold your model, Quentin, if you want to. Yeah. Talk about what you're painting today. You had some choice.
Yeah, it's he brought me like 4 wisps, and I chose this like half bark guy. He's got like an eye patch type thing going on.
So cute.
Yeah, I mean, very simple, at least compared to the Sage, who's got like, I saw the already painted version. It was crazy.
So much detail going on.
Yeah, just a green and brown little guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
You're feeling what's the color for the body? Is it the green part?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like a darker green on the lower foliage, and then the leaves like maybe a lighter green.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I love it. And that's one of the cool things about the wisps is any number of ways you can interpret how you want to paint it. So we've primed both these models. You can see we've got the unprimed bottom of the base. And we're ready to rock and roll. We're just gonna be hanging out next couple hours, painting models, chit-chatting, and yeah. That's that. So let's dive on in.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's make sure I've got focus okay here. Computer enhance.
Jarvis. Yeah.
Right. Boop. Cool. So I'm just gonna start getting some base layers here. I'm gonna be, I think, mostly working on the skin for the beginning. And so I'm following. Oh, I guess I had this example to show you guys as well. So this is my storm caller, my storm warden, excuse me, who is there. Perfect. Oh my God, this angle is so weird. How do I get this thing in focus? Perfect. So you can see I'm going for like a kind of natural reddish, orangish brown tones for the skin. Again, I don't want to do like the classic green. So this was my first model, and a lot of this was inspired by actually. Yes, you can say that there's the WoW influence, the kind of Warcraft orcs pre their demonic influence. And it is a portion of that for sure, but I'm also a big inspiration for me was actually Brahms' painting of the Butcher from Diablo, and he has this like lovely sort of red brown stippled skin, and I was like, I've been kind of wanting to use that for a while now, and so when we started working on the orcs, I was like, yes, this is the time.
Yeah, I like anytime I see a dinosaur, I think of like they have a lighter underbelly and then the darker scales, and it looks like that.
Right?
But also at the same time, it also looks like he's being turned into like a white person.
He's just getting like bleached.
Yeah, like he has like vitiligo.
Oh
But,
yeah. Oh
once
yeah,
you see it, you can't unsee it. But
That's funny.
yeah, it's definitely really cool. I like that. It's more than just the single color basic.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just being interesting, you know, like this is the kind of stuff that it's hard to do when you're with like a tiny 32mm model.
yeah.
But here I can really like go into the detail and really mess with the stippling and the muscle definition, which, boy, there's a lot of them here. So cool. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah.
Painting time. Let's go. I'm gonna start with this dark red, black red AK paint.
I have to decide what kind of green I want to start with.
Yeah.
I pulled out two. One's like a little yellowy,
Mm-hmm.
a little pukey,
Yeah.
vomity, boogery.
Nasty.
Um,
I like that one. I use that for a lot of my orc skin, to be honest.
well, yeah, but they're booger monsters, so
Exactly. Wait, is your guy a booger monster?
hopefully not. No.
I'm hoping not.
He's big enough to be.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's see. All right. So again, no airbrush today. Just going old school. And that's kind of the beauty of these models is you can just kind of go and you're only painting 5 models, so it's not like you have to worry about being the most efficient thing in the universe, which, you know, for these other games you definitely need to keep in mind. Okay, you can do this for 1 model, 5 models. Can you do it for 100 models? And there really is a big decision point for your scheme. Whereas here, you kind of just fill it all out.
It's kind of nice, especially compared to the scale of like, yeah, 40K.
I mean, it's so daunting
It's
to like
a
paint a whole
lot.
army, right?
Yeah.
I love it, but it's like, man, sometimes I just don't have time for that. Truth be told, I never have time for that. And that's a lot of people. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, you say like professional like model painters, it could take like, or they claim takes like a couple 100 hours for like one model.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty nuts, right? And so one thing that was important to us here, like almost watered 2 down, it's like gloopy, is that this is something that is easy to paint if you are a casual painter or beginner painter, but also gives a lot of space for, you know, those fancy dancy painters to do a lot of stuff with. So it's a balance of like, you know, if you are a kind of higher level painter, often they actually won't want too many details because they wanted to be able to define those details themselves. But for us mere mortals, you know, we want things that can get picked up, details that can get picked up by like a dry brush or a wash. And so, you know, finding that balance between the two is important and something that we kind of let guide a lot of our kind of decisions on sculpting. Make sure this is something that is fun to paint for a number of people.
Right. It's a good mentality, a good mindset going into this.
Yeah, thank you. How's the wisp?
It's yeah. I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just going for it. So
that's fine.
Going for the kind of booger green on the, because he's got like these like he's got like hair. He's got like leaves for hair, and then his like core body. It could be like, I don't know, interpreted as either like a bush or like maybe like a pine cone type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should have gone with the pine cone. That actually sounds really appealing. But I already put the green.
Hey, it's never too late to switch. But it's tough because you have the mask. So
Yeah,
like brown on
yeah, a
brown
lot of
potentially.
brown. Yeah,
So,
and then the ground would be brown. So yeah,
yeah.
maybe not.
They're kind of like spiritual pine cones because there's a few where they have this sort of like pine cone spiny texture, but it's not like super literal. So, like our first round of Wisp, we just did them all in the spirit forms of them are all black.
Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah, it was good. But I mean, they're spirits. You can do literally anything.
Yeah, and I wanted to mess more with. Like I could have left it black, and I thought about it for a moment, but I was like, no, you gotta add the color. Gotta add the color.
You gotta have the color pop. Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's up, Nergal Matt? Thanks for joining us. So it turns out they're the easiest model anyone will ever paint. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole stream.
Yep.
Yeah, the big details are really nice, honestly.
Think he likes Nurgle?
Yeah, that's he's a.
What army do you think he plays?
Probably. If I had to venture a guess, I would say Death Guard.
That's a good guess.
And maybe Nurgle Demons.
Yeah.
But you know, could be way off base here. Yeah, Nurgle Matt's a legend. Kind of a pillar in the community.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I wonder if he saw the Death Guard helmet that was in the thumbnail of
Oh yeah, for Mark's birthday?
Yeah.
That was so cool.
It was.
Yeah, so JP, one of our friends that was there, he played Death Guard. And so someone was joking about like cosplaying as their army, and JP actually does do like LARPs and stuff like that. And so he's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And he just went and like found the design for the helmet, printed it, painted it, customized it, came to the event with it. It was like, what the heck? That's awesome. So hardcore. Again, just kind of getting the base coats here. Nice dark red, and then I'm going to be kind of building up from there, is the idea. What's up, Stanton Luke? Thanks for joining us. These are cool. This is the first one I've seen you paint live. Yeah, we don't do a lot of hobby content, mostly because we do gaming stuff, but like people have been curious. So I wanted to kind of set the time aside to share that. And live just gives us the advantage of being able to kind of chat, answer any questions folks have, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it usually Lindsay who does paint streams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll do like Thursday paint streams with the members. So this is a rare treat. We have to like ask her about the setup. Like, how do you do this normally?
Yeah.
She got us hooked up. She's running around today doing paint studio stuff. Speaking of which.
Very painting themed day today.
Right? Yeah, it is. Feeling creative. Love the red color. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a fan of all orcs, but it's fun to do something a bit different. And I also knew I wanted to use, you know, their faction colors. So I have this sort of nightwood blue here, and I know it's gonna have the rose. So I want something that would kind of pop with that. So hence the sort of red theme skin, which is kind of the skin color of like the baseline of the orcs in the Wyldwood. But to be honest, the world's your oyster. You can go crazy with it. Not like they're limited to human flesh tones. You have green ones, yellow ones, blue ones. Who knows what kinds of orcs lurking in the depths of the Wyldwood? Not I, for sure.
Would be like the craziest color for an orc.
Craziest?
Yeah, like the weirdest.
Like,
I feel like they could pull off most of them.
Honestly, yeah. I feel like it would have to be like a certain extreme, because at first I was like pink, but I'm like,
War pink.
Yeah, exactly. Or pink. So like, why not? Yellow would be really fun. Oh, yellow would be cool. I would do yellow with like black stippling, kind of like the Tyranids basically we had last night.
So Terminid themed orcs, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That'd be awesome.
I could see it. Are there like different kinds of orcs in the Wyldwood lore?
The Wyldwood?
Yeah.
Kind of. They're a bit more united than some of the others. But yeah, they do come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors for sure. And that's the thing, is a lot of it is kind of like undiscovered, and a lot of parts are very kind of secretive. The orcs actually don't like to be overly out and about. Stanton says, I've watched you guys game and see cute animals shared. I unwind with this style. Amazing. Well, glad we can hang out, provide that. This is when I get my best painting done, is when I have something on in the background, to be honest. So, Aaron says, Adrian, what's your favorite Wyldwood model that you've painted thus far? Oh, good question. Tough question. Is it this guy? This guy was a lot of fun. Might be the Storm Warden. Really, really had a good time with him. The Raptor was fun. My Leaf Song were fun, but I think I like these ones better. Yeah, honestly, it's probably this guy. I'm just really, really digging the works. So yeah, for sure. I have to do his lightning. Right now you can see I've just kind of blocked it all out in white, and then I'm gonna do like this kind of electric green afterwards. So I gotta go through and do that. But I wasn't gonna just show up and paint green lightning today, so I want to kind of show the beginning of the process and how much progress we can make. Cool. So pretty decent coverage. It doesn't have to be perfect at this point, but I want to get as many of the recesses as possible. And then we'll go ahead and start lightening it up. Bring in those lighter shades right there.
Would you say that's like it's a good way to go about this? Like you get one color on like one section,
Yeah.
and then you do the wash, and then apply detail, and then move on to the next section. It's kind of like vertical slicing.
The vertical slice,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, it's a very satisfying way to do it, right? Like you can, when you're painting a model, especially a larger model, you can do the whole thing kind of at once, where you base coat all the different sections, and then you do the next, like the wash on all of them, and then the highlight on all of them. You could do that, but I also find it really fun to just like pick a section and just kind of flesh that out, pun intended.
Right.
So in this case, I may do some other coverage while I'm just waiting for this to dry, but overall, I'm just working on just the skin and fully develop that and go to the next one. And because I'm painting with brush and not airbrush here, I'm not so worried about accidentally hitting another layer, and so that's fine. This guy was kind of my test run for the skin, so I know I can kind of just go, and it'll give me time to also contemplate the rest of the model.
Right.
Figure out what I'm doing with this cloak. There's a lot of directions I can take. Yeah. What's up, Chef? Thanks for joining us. Chef was one of our awesome play testers, been very involved in the Discord, where you should be as well. And they say, hey everyone, how is the painting coming along? Doing well. Yeah, just getting going. How's this wisp? Do you mind if I?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, nice. He's so cute.
Yeah, a little messy around the eye, but yeah,
Nah, it's good.
we get there.
This is the first layer, so it's okay to be messy, because you can always go back over the other ones. Like, this is the point in which it's better to be messy and fast than perfect and slow. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What scale are these models? They look a great size to paint. Thank you. Definitely a big priority for us. So they're like technically, I think like 72 mil or something. These bases are 60 millimeter bases, so that helps give you a sense. In 40K, they're kind of like a Demon Prince size, basically. So this is a 60 mil. The leaders are on 120. And then the wisps are tiny. They're basically tokens. So those are 25s. But really 60 millimeter bases for most of the champions. What is up, Shane? Thanks for joining us. I appreciate that. All right. And kind of coming back to this like strategy, Quentin, one thing that I'll do often is I'll think of my scheme or like a color in 3 kind of tiers, right? You'll have your midtones, your highlights, and your shadows. So, sometimes one thing you'll do is like you'll start in the middle. For example, like you could do just this one here, do everything that base layer, and then you could like add your shadows here and add your highlights. Another way to do that is also like have this base coat, wash it, which will darken it, and you go back with this on top, and now it'll be kind of lightening it. And that, in a way, kind of helps you cheat out basically doing 3, because you have the shading, the middle, and the light tones with just like 1 paint and a wash. But it depends what you want. In this case, I've gone with these 3 because I want to be able to kind of blend them a bit more than I normally do.
Right.
So
yeah, I think I'll stick with the easier option.
I think it's a good plan. Hey, getting into it. Yes. Nurgle Matt, getting the command for Titan Studio. Let's see if this works. Oh, nailed it. we do have our own paint studio. If you guys are interested in getting something painted, we will do Wyldwood for sure. Let's see. Here we go. Thanks, Dayton. Appreciate it. Okay. So I'm going to kind of block the next layer up. And so I'm going to basically go through. This is way too thick. And we're going to do the next layer like this. And I'm going to kind of leave the shadows in shadow. And it's okay for it to be very chunky and clunky here. Don't like literally have chunks of paint, but like the separation between your shadows and this color can be pretty stark. It's totally fine. So I'm just kind of following these muscles and leaving the in-between rather dark. I'm going to do that, and I'm just kind of picking out, what we call volumes here. And so just big old chunks, a little bit at a time. If I shook this one up enough. Let's see. Feels a little bit too transparent. Shame. Is it brick red? Yeah, that's the right one. Chef says, I need to finish those wood wisps. I got Adepticon. Been really busy since then. Yeah, life is busy. I'll tell you that. No worries. No worries at all. All right, let's see. Again, we're kind of just chunking this out, and we have this kind of stark contrast. So, and it can still be pretty messy in these early stages. If I cover a shadow that I don't want to cover, I can always come back. Always come back. And the advantage of like doing these separately in this kind of vertical slices, once again, I can be a bit messy. I can get paint on the cloak and the other parts because I haven't done them yet. So that is easy peasy. Okay, let's see. Light here. It's quite shiny. I do a matte varnish at the end to chill him out. Maybe he's just like a shining, glistening orc.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Nice. It's coming out. We need some more progress pics. Oh, what's up, Hypnotic? Thanks for joining us. Working on your Fellcast Hunter. Sounds amazing. That model is a joy. That's the dwarf on
The spider?
Spider, yeah.
Yeah.
So sick.
I think a lot of people really like him.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've heard that a few times. It's really cool.
It's just the painter's dream. That really set the bar for our bases. We're like, okay, we gotta do bases like this for everyone because it's so much fun. And it's just impressive. Like a base can be such a great platform for telling a story. So we've really leaned into that. This guy got one of the simpler bases, to be honest. But again, it's essential to his story about like being the sage of the seasons and about the cycles of life and everything. And so having this like burnt over, probably human destroyed landscape and just this little sprout, this little blossom of life growing back as he's kind of growing it. So one of the simpler bases that we've done, but definitely really helps kind of tell the story of the character. Hellcat's one of Aaron's favorite. Yeah, makes sense. Makes absolute sense. So, folks, while I have you here, we, of course, are going to be launching on Kickstarter September 15th. And we're gearing up for that. So we are in the 30-day countdown to the campaign. If you're interested, we do have a link in the description down below. where you can click the get notified button. That's going to be really, really helpful for us if you click that, because then you'll get notified as once it happens. It also shows other people that people are interested about in this thing, and it'll be great. So if you do me one favor today, that would be it. Cool. So I'm getting close to having these layers here, and then we'll probably start doing a bit of blending and bringing in some of the orange here, which is the highest highlight here. To be honest, I think I did the other guy with more orange blended in, so I think I'll start integrating that soon. You can see here, it's just big chunks for each kind of strip of muscle. You can see. And these guys are easy because the muscles are so defined. I'm not going to go crazy on the bottom because this is going to be mostly hidden, but let's get a bit of coverage in there. And then the face, just trying to define the muscles. I'm just going to be a little bit more precise. Also, not worry about it too much. Sever Butcher is crazy. Yeah, that model's nuts. Such a gory model too.
Yeah, when you're on the stream, you're going through each of the models and talking about them. It really, I remember it was such a noticeable tonal change.
Right.
As you go down the list, you're like, oh, this loves nature, and
He's got flowers in his hair.
got flowers in his hair, and and then it goes the next guy, and he's just guts and gore and horrific imagery.
Right.
And it goes back to the next person, oh, prancing in the flowers, sunflower field.
It's so good.
It's a sick model.
Yeah, very cool. And that was kind of the whole idea, is like, again, the orcs. The orcs are like the kind of guardians, the druid protectors of the forest and the woods. They're not fighters or warriors at all. They don't really even have weapons. And so we wanted the Severed Butcher to kind of be this really sharp contrast of what can happen when these orcs get disconnected from their mother trees, and they lose kind of the memories and that connection to their ancestors. And so just completely tonally different from anything else in that faction.
So I applied the wash, and I don't know if I applied it very well. I don't know if you would take a look.
Yeah, let's take a look. See what we got. Yeah, this is great. I like it.
Oh wow, in the camera and the lighting. Yeah, you can. It's very bright.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so you can see it definitely kind of dark. It does darken it, so you can see the original tone, and then this new tone here. But it also gives you a little bit of that shading, a little bit of that depth. So
Yeah,
that's great.
Okay.
And then what you can do is you can let that dry, and you can go back over with this one for the kind of the sharp edges. But I think it's great. You like it?
I don't know. Does it need to work on it a little bit more?
Is it aesthetically pleasing?
See how it works with the rest of the colors.
Yeah, that's fair.
Still don't know what to do for the limbs. I could make them blue like the eyes, but I don't know if I don't know how that'll look.
Yeah, because you feel like
brown, or maybe I continue the green on them.
Right.
I'm not sure.
You can do a number of things. What do you think, chat? These arms and legs, different material, same material, brown. There's a lot of things you can do with it. Yeah, they do kind of stand out.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's got like a outfit on.
Right? Yeah. Make them skin colored of some kind.
Yeah, exactly.
Little gross little gremlins.
Slightly disturbing. Oh, that's great. Sounds like volume low. Oh, is our volume low, chat? Let us know. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Seems okay, but I could be wrong. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It was a little bit low. I'll turn it up a little bit. All right, so now I've got my highlight, which is medium rust. I really like this color.
I'm shaking this, and it sounds like it's one solid block.
So there's
inside.
I think there's a ball bearing in there, which is in there to like agitate the paint.
Oh, okay. Is
So that's what's going on.
I
You're like,
thought
how
it was like old paint, and it
Just
like
one chunk.
solidified in there. Yeah.
I mean, look, there's definitely some of them like that for sure.
Wonderful.
Let's see. I'm gonna pop out this chat so that we can see what we're seeing and they're seeing at the same time, but easier. Boop. Yeah, if you guys have any Wyldwood questions, let us know. We're just hanging out, chilling, painting. Happy to answer. All right, orange. So in this case, we're kind of defining the highest layer. And basically each time I'm doing a little bit less coverage. There we go. Perfect. So again, the black red is just at the edges now. And then we have this brick red. Now we're going to do this medium rust, which is only going to cover the central portions. And we can also then go back and kind of blend between these three using various mixes of them. So we will see where we land. So orange is just the highlights here. Nice. But yeah, let us know for the wisp. Arms different color, same color. Always the weird thing about streaming painting is like trying not to cover up what I'm doing with my hands.
It's just a lot of finagling.
Yeah, it is. It's tough, and the camera angles are tough. It's not our bread and butter, as they say. Cool. Yeah, this is coming out nicely. So you can see those nice big volumes, as they call them, the big shapes, make it easy to kind of just make your way through. You know, and you could do less. Honestly, you could even just do a wash. These things are going to take really well to speed paints.
Less is more.
Less is more, honestly. And there is detail that can be done, but there's also a lot that can just get picked up nicely with airbrush, or not airbrush, dry brush and washes. Oh, these beans are great. I might have to get a lighter color for that. Really make them pop. He's so jacked. Just a little bit here. Jupiter, no, always tell the new guys it's a baby tooth inside. The tooth fairy sells them to the paint company. Oh my god.
Gross.
That's so nasty. I love that. That's messed up. I love it. It's great. What faction would you do, Jupiter? I'd be curious to hear your take on that. I'd love to see a Jupiter Wyldwood model. Or even a Jupiter Wyldwood conversion would be so crazy. Let's see. Cyber says, "Is this painting for Wyldwood only? Can I ask a question for non-Wyldwood painting?" No, absolutely. Hit us with any questions. Hobby, not hobby, Wyldwood, not Wyldwood. We're just hanging out. I didn't really get the red on the feet, so maybe I'll come back to that.
Tell them about the feet.
The feet, the feet. Did you tell them about the feet? These are brushes I got from a pretty new hobby company. I just really like their style, so I messaged them. This is Grave Forge. Guess big screen a bit easier. And they just have a really cool style. I'm a sucker for good advertising. Like, that's just awesome. So this is the battle axe, their dry brush set, and it's just got such a cool feel to it. Got the side with all the axes.
Is this sponsored?
It's not.
You just like it?
I just like it. That's the thing.
It is cool.
Right? Like, yeah.
Okay, those are big brushes.
These are big, yeah. So they're dry brushes. So they're meant for doing like that kind of coverage on top, which we might use later on. But I just think they're really neat. And this is their what is this one called? This is Name Singer. I guess that's their like normal brushes. But anyways, it's cool. All right, so let's see. Cyber says painting crude. I started with a leaf green base, then Munitorum green contrast. Okay, would I dry brush leaf green after the contrast? Yes, I think you can go ahead and just dry brush that first color back over the contrast, and that's gonna, because you've kind of tinted everything with the contrast, that's all been brought down and darker. So effectively, that first color isn't really on your model anymore. And when you dry brush, what it's going to do is it's going to kind of bring that back as the highlights. But because it's the same paint without the contrast, you're going to have kind of commonalities in it, right? Like when you have the three kind of colors together, you want them to be related, right? So for example, like here for their robes, I have this kind of dark blue turquoise and then a lighter blue turquoise. They're still in that kind of turquoise family. They're not like an ultramarine blue or something, and so they kind of have that in common. So you can do this with separate paints, but it's guaranteed to work if you do it with like one paint, and then you kind of water it down or you put a shade on it or something. So yeah, absolutely. Green, not greed. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, because you said I painted greed contrast. Yeah, you never know. Could be like GW, and that's Creed. Yes. They'll name that after characters like Wazdaka Red. Wazdaka.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. So yeah, that's what I would do there. Just getting these little sausages, little thingies. Yeah, what are you folks working on at home? Let us know. Love to find out. Okay, let's see. We need a bit of orange in this face. Staying on camera. Orange. Kind of messed up in there. But the rest is good. I like that. The highlight's nice. That's nice. Sweet. It's kind of think of that pretty fast, to be honest. I'm almost tempted to just keep going on the other parts of the model rather than perfectly blend it right now. Still want to see a goblin or a gnome faction. Well, we've got things in the works.
Is Shane still in chat?
Shane, I know, yeah. Well, the funny thing is, yeah, Shane has pitched his Underfolk faction, which is a great pitch. I will say that. It's a great pitch. But we also kind of working on it already. Well, we're looking at doing like thirdlings, right? So you have halflings, then there's thirdlings. So a third of a person instead of a half of a person. And then you can have like couple on a base and kind of play with that. And it's kind of, yeah, it's more in like, it's like gnomes, not kind of pixie small, but
legally distinct halflings.
Legally distinct, yeah, exactly. Cool. So far, so good. A robe, yeah, I think I'm gonna start blocking with other areas. Honestly, I'm already liking how the skin is coming out, and kind of show some different materials. So I'll do his loincloth here, which is going to be the sort of woven plant fiber, as opposed to the cloak, which is going to be other more of like living fabrics and things like that. So here we go. Should I be dry brushing that? I may be. Let me just do these edges real quick. And I think we'll come back with a dry brush just to see how it looks. I was thinking I'd do like the base, this blue, but maybe I'll keep the true shadows extra dark. All right, bring me my great axe. So what I'm gonna do, dry brush, is I'm just gonna get some paint. I'm gonna remove a lot of it. I wouldn't normally do this with a paper towel, but these aren't too wet because the dry brush technique is literally that. You need to have pretty dry paint, just a little bit of paint. Yeah, we'll see. I may need to just do this as the base color and then dry brush something else on top. So you notice I'm just swishing here. Yeah, it's okay. It's not particularly doing like a dry brush effect. So I might just use this for the base. We'll come back to it. Might as well just use this to get some coverage now. Affection, that's an element like fire or earth. It's supposed to be a faction. Affection? Oh, faction. Oh, it's supposed to be faction. A faction that's an element like fire earth. Oh, yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, that'd be actually really cool. Yeah, the whole like Stone Age fantasy setting lets us play with things in a slightly different way, which is fun, right? It's like you can really think about like the primordial versions of these, kind of like the core elements of the world. So I like that. Alright, so let that dry. Really not much of it there. And then the rest, see, that looks daunting, doesn't it? But we're just gonna take it a little bit at a time. Thinking about how I want to show these seasons. I do want to have some autumn, so I want to have some like reds and oranges and yellows. Probably less on the red because that's pretty heavy in the skin. But I want to show that somewhere. I think the roots are going to be more like the wintry portion, so I'm going to be kind of like dead, dark, or cold roots. And then these leaves with the berries feel definitely very spring-like. So that seems like the move there. Yeah, let's do this. Yellow green. It's the same one you're using. Same type. CC asking, will you be doing some sort of painting tutorial for the factions after the Kickstarter is over? Does that sound like something that'd be interesting to you guys? If it is interesting, we should probably do it before the Kickstarter ends, so people can get a sense for it, you know? But I certainly want to get some painting content out there, and some like nice pre-recorded ones too.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just give people a general idea how to, or not even like a general idea, just like, I feel like that's just a good idea.
Yeah. Not a general idea, an actual idea. Yeah.
Or genuine, real idea.
Right, exactly. I will say, Angel Heraldez did post a thing a week or so ago, a couple weeks ago, with his Leaf song that he's putting together. So we'll see. Could be something coming out there. Yeah, I love the screen. I think I'm going to do the same thing we were just mentioning earlier, chat, and the thing that Quentin has done. So I'm going to cover this fully. I'll do that same wash, and then we will do like a dry brush highlight over it. For now, we're just trying to get the coverage.
I'm not too crazy about the booger green I chose.
You don't like
especially with the I put like a more pronounced green on top of the leaves, and it just it looks, I don't know. I like the pronounced green better.
Right. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. No, it's good.
Yeah.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. I mean, yeah, you could redo the body.
I might.
You might, yeah. Yeah, I do like that, actually. I didn't expect to like that so much. That's that green with the wash?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Should I not be doing this one? Oh gosh. Okay,
It'll be very mute.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we'll see. We can experiment a little bit here. Gotta have your leafy greens.
mm-hmm.
Important for your health.
Yeah, what could I do to make this stand out without just redoing it?
Right.
Could do highlights of some kind.
Yeah.
A brighter green.
You could shade with that darker green if you'd like, or something else. Like, yeah, you could basically use that as like a base coat. Take it from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
An option. Cool. Yeah, I'm digging it. Digging the boogers. Kind of looks like someone puked on his back. I like the green.
What's it called when you someone has a booger and they go and it shoots
Snot
across?
rocket?
Snot rocket.
Oh man. Yeah, maybe I should have gone with the darker green. It's fine. We'll put a wash on it, chat. It's gonna be fine. Aziz says, kind of talking about the tutorials. It's always great to see the experience talking through their paint process. Makes it easier to pick out different materials. Okay, but I will settle for the team showcasing different takes on the models. Yeah, that was a good point. Yeah, so it kind of helps break up and decide like how to approach different parts of the model, even if you're doing a different scheme. Makes sense. Thanks Skugga for the question. They say, hey guys, just wanted to say thanks for creating Wyldwood. I really dig the gameplay, even if I did not play as much as I assume would like to. That. Our pleasure. You know, we love this game. We're excited. It is as much as I want, but I started mini painting just for them. Oh wow, that is a big compliment. Thank you very, very much. Well, I mean, this is our dream game. We wanted to make the game that we wanted and the models that we've always wanted, and so you know, hopefully that resonates with you. So thank you very much. That's cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right. I got some spring on the front too. But yeah, they're a ton of fun to paint. It's just a good time. Okay, yeah, that's fine for that. We'll leave that for now. And then we're thinking about the sort of autumn colors and the roots. The roots did have this like chocolate chippy color. It's more of a gray actually. Mahogany. Mahogany is like a good base. I wouldn't do a wash then probably. Which is fine. Is that fine? I think it's fine. I can use a lot of mahogany also with my my Wyldwood, so it could be a fun little tie-in. It's quite dark. We shall see. I haven't used their biggest brushes. Oh no, I have used them. I'm using them right now. I'm using those tiny ones. Oops, sorry. Right now we're just doing big features, so we'll stick with this. Can you disclose your favorite model, or is it too hard to choose? Oh, that's tough. That is tough. Favorite model. Let's see, so what are some of my favorites? I really like Braca, which is the orc leader. I think she's just really cool dynamic. On the Leaf Song, I really like. I can't just say all leaders. I was about to say I like Indwana. The Black Barb Root is probably my favorite in the Wyldwood, which is the sort of tendril. It's not the leader model, it's the tendril of the leader model, so it's different.
Not really.
Not really, yeah. Do you have any favorites yet?
I don't know about a favorite model in particular, but the orc models have kind of won me over in terms of aesthetic.
Yeah.
Because I like the humans,
Mm-hmm.
but that's mainly for their gameplay.
Right.
But yeah, aesthetic wise, appearance wise, I think the orcs just clear everything.
Dang.
Although the elves are also good.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah,
But hey, you like what you like.
I do.
Yeah, because you were pretty stalwart for the humans
I was, yeah.
when you saw the orcs.
It's true.
They are awesome. Those are the ones that are actually getting packed up right now from the manufacturers. So I'm excited to see those in person.
The orcs?
Yeah, the orcs and the Witherwood were the last factions to be kind of finished, finalized. So those are just finishing the first production right now, or they're finished. They're going to be just sending them out. So I'm excited to see those in person.
It's neat.
Yeah, this is it. This one is a print, which is obviously it's good quality, but it'll be nice to see like the final material works. What up? We have Lindsay Van Z in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Lindsay, what's your favorite model? Favorite faction? I'm like a hipster about it because I do really like the Witherwood as well. Um, but I feel like a lot of people like the Witherwood, so I'm like, well, that can't be my favorite because that's their favorite. But I really like them because they also are very like very distinctive, very unique kind of style and silhouette, which is fun. Okay, these roots might be a little bit warmer than I'd like, so I might do a cooler tone for the highlights. Let's see. I don't have like a universal undertone that I'm using for the orcs. Like sometimes I'll do that like a purple for everyone or whatever. But for these guys, it's kind of, I guess it's like browns and reds. Yeah. Ewan is the best. Yeah, Ewan's great. He's a crazy big tree guy. Salty Sea Dog says, loving the models. Can't wait to play the game IRL. Is there any plan to release 3D print files for the models? Yeah, I'd like to. I think you know, there's some people have access to 3D printers and so they can do some really nice prints. So yes, we're looking at doing STLs, but we're not looking at doing any like official 3D prints. So if you want the physical, it'll be our like resin plastic hybrid, which is quite excellent. That way we can ensure high quality. But if you do have experience with 3D printing, I'm looking to also have the STLs available for those folks. Um, it's still a pretty specialized skill, you know? So I want to make sure that they are of a quality that can represent the brand. So yeah, absolutely. And that should all be in the Kickstarter on September 15th. Click on the button to get notified. Okay.
Ooh.
It's fine. It's good. Don't worry about it. It's not that bad. Gonna get her orcs. Oh, elf for her and orcs for you. Interested in how these two play against. Can you say anything about that match? Yeah, and then Hypnotic, I think, said, you're going to stand away from each other and shoot across the board. You both only have a single brawler. Yeah, it's true. They actually have a lot of similarities, which is by design. They're both mostly ranged factions with like just one brawler, right? So you've got the Severed Butcher on the orc side, and you've got the Bone Blade Alpha on the elf side. But other than that, they use their range and their trickery. The orcs are theoretically a bit slower, but they have other shenanigans that they can use. The elves are faster, and they all have tricks. So it's actually a pretty interesting matchup. The orcs are specialized at AoE, area effect damage, which is a tough design problem because in Wyldwood, you don't really want to spread out your damage. You know, it takes a bunch of hits to take someone down, especially in the early parts of the game. And so you really want to focus fire. And the orcs say, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do AoE everywhere. And so it means that like at a base level, it's like devalued a little bit, right? AoE damage is going to be cheaper because it's just not as optimal for the game. But what that means is you are going to be able to do things. You will technically do more damage. It's just going to be spread out, and you'll hit a portion in the game where you start actually taking out multiple champions at once because you've whittled them all down. And they play defense really well too. It can be really hard to assail. So that sounds like a fun matchup. Pink, brown, Glizzy. Really like human with the gas mask. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she's awesome. That is our kind of Bronze Age alchemist. Such a fun model.
She's my favorite of the humans.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We did a lot of tweaks on the mask because we were like, we want it to be reminiscent of Plague Doctor, but we want to make sure it definitely doesn't go full into like gas mask. Obviously, medieval is a little bit past Bronze Age, but you know, it's also a fantasy game. It's not real. So little elements of futures kind of pop up in the humans in particular, right? That's kind of their whole shtick. It's like being advanced and evolved beyond their time. Everyone else is still figuring out the early game.
They're just kind of like cheating.
They are just cheating. They like hacked it. I think I can actually be messier with this robe because this is going to be probably the autumn portion. Or should I do half autumn, half spring? Ooh, maybe.
There we go. I'm much happier with what I did now with the original color. Yeah. I mixed the darker green with the. It just makes it's less of a like drastic change in I'll just say tone.
Exactly. No, I think this is great. Yeah, they're much more in conversation with each other.
Yeah.
So how'd you do it? What'd you do?
I just mixed two colors and I made a new one.
There you go. Like a pro. I like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much an expert.
Yeah. I'm not putting a big deal on these pots.
I'm pretty important.
Oh, well. Slow down there, kid. Let's see. Level Plague Doctor plus Gas Mask up. Of course you would say that, Nergomat. Of course.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do the figures arrive pre-assembled? Also, are those primed or painting raw? So these are primed. These are primed black. Actually, I did want to grab... I'll grab a model because we do have some of the ones from the manufacturer. So I'll grab that and I can show you guys actually how it comes together. I'll probably do a separate stream where we do like some building. But we have something to show you.
Now it's just me.
It's just you.
Oh, never mind. It was only 2 feet away.
Oh, they're always ready. All right. So here is. They're gonna all come pre-boxed and stuff. Obviously, this is for our kind of samples, so we can show you folks. This is a material called Unicool. It's a resin plastic hybrid. And I found it through doing stuff with Creature Caster. They're switching a lot of their stuff over to this material. It's really amazing because so if you want to do like plastic, like injection modeling and things like that, it has extremely high molding costs, right? This is why it's one of the biggest barriers to entry for miniature creation. And so you can only really do it if you know you're going to produce a lot of them, you know? And so that's the problem with plastic. But of course, after that, it becomes cheaper, and the quality is nice and sharp, but it has those problems. And so a lot of smaller companies will go with resin because it doesn't require you don't have to make a mold for it, right? It's easier to kind of get into. The resolution is quite sharp, but it's not always quite as durable and you need lots of pieces. So this is kind of the best of both worlds. So you can see this is the Trialborn Champion, and this is all of her pieces. This material really allows you to reduce the number of parts that you need. And I saw that in practice with Creature Caster. So it really reduces that. They also are extremely sharp. I have like almost never see mold lines. Like I'm looking for a mold line here to show you. I don't see, is that one here? Maybe like a little one right in the butt. But it's like they're very, very clean and sharp. They're decently durable. They're more durable than most resins for sure. So yeah, this is how they come. So it's not too many parts. The other thing also that that we do is you can see they have it's not snap to fit, but it does have these sort of shapes that match where it needs to go on the model, and that just kind of slots in nice and easy like that. So you know you got to get rid of right here. This is the connection point to the mold. But that's basically it, and everything kind of just goes into place. So same thing, this arm here, you can see that little socket, and it goes whoop, like that. Boom. So it's a pretty amazing material, and I was uncertain until I saw it in practice. I'm like, this is amazing. So really cool stuff. Got some little magnet holes there for bases and stuff. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, it is very high quality. And again, this is the reason why we'll do STLs, but we're not going to do like printed STLs because they're just not going to get to this level of quality. So good question. Thank you. Being parts is great for painting, especially behind that huge shield. Yeah, for her, it's definitely necessary, right? And there's a few models where I'm like, we need to have this part be separate so that is manageable for painting. And again, we very strongly uh, have designed these to be fun to paint, to be easy to paint, all that kind of stuff. So that's the hope. Again, these are all the things that we wish we had with other things. Well, Tabletop provides some interesting painting themes for the different factions. I saw the blue elves ideal from some painter that looked nice. Yeah, so that was probably Chris Frozen who just painted up one as well. Yeah, absolutely. And we've got like everyone in the studio is kind of working on their own warband, so we can show off different schemes and stuff like that. So yeah, 100%. Cool. Let's see. We're getting here. Again, more just kind of base colors. Let's see if we can do the dry brush in here. This wasn't my original plan, but let's mess around with it. I'm trying to do more dry brushing. Just in general. You know.
I just messed it up.
Oh no! It's ruined! So if you want, you can get a bit of water on a brush. Although now you might have tried it. But, and then you can use that to kind of wipe it off. It's pretty good.
That made it worse.
No! Sorry. I've led you astray.
Oh.
Did we land on that final number of wisps for the Kickstarter? Well, we have 15 designed. And we are trying to do all 15 in the wisp pack. So that'll be great. And I'm pretty sure we are having that be like its own separate item. So if you want to just get some wisps and paint some wisps, you could just do that. It's a nice little easy entry point into the model collection. But of course, we'll do bundled deals and stuff like that. No, I don't need this brush. I need the dry brush. So yeah. And then so again, creature caster, they do the sculpts, and I forget how many wisps we actually asked for them originally, but they just kept making them because they were just super fun. So now we've got 15. Okay, so again, we're gonna try to get some paint on our brush, remove most of it, and then we'll see. I'm going off the rails here. Yeah, okay. It's working. Be really patient with dry brushing. If you go too fast, it's going to look very chalky. And so, I mean, with always, right, it's the whole two thin coats. With dry brushing is many thin coats. Just want to kind of get like a little glowy spot in the middle there. And then we go back and do some other highlights. But I want to get like the overall kind of shading set up on it. What is up, Wicktail in chat? It is the artist herself. Wicktail does all of our illustration work. Really is like the heart of the soul of a lot of the Wyldwood style. So you can see all the card art is from her. A lot of the character designs, things like that. So thanks for joining us. Having a break from my Weirdwood to paint more elf dinos. Yeah, let's go. We love some good elf dinos. Yeah, this is nice. So it's giving us a nice little blend here. So it's almost kind of like a dry brush effect, or sorry, an airbrush effect, but without the airbrush. I'm not going to try to get into there because that's just not going to work with the dry brush. So that is fine because it's kind of like the outer rope. Definitely getting all the wisps. Seconds are second. Seconds are second. I think there's a lot of people who, even if they're not like doing Wyldwood per se, they'll just want the cute little wisps. So that's why we're like, yeah, we should probably make this available separately, so you guys can do that without having to buy some big thing. So it'll be cool. Okay. How do I want to do like his hair? You could even do this as part of the robe, to be honest. Think about how I want to do that. There's so many potential ways. So many. I want to do more dry brushing. I'm addicted now. Addicted. So many of my customers at work are asking for wisps. Ah, that's amazing. That's awesome. So what are you guys painting tonight? Both on Nightwood? So I'm working on, Nightwood with the Sage of Seasons. Quentin's painting his first model in like 10 years.
Yeah, a little... you can barely see it.
A little wisp.
Little wisp.
It's so cute. It looks great.
Relearning how to paint.
Right? Looks awesome. I love it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Like riding a bike.
My chef d'oeuvre.
Yeah, exactly.
Be good. Maybe.
I don't know if this is the right color, but so you're talking about puke. This one for me is like
poop.
Baby poop. But I really like it. Gotta restart somewhere. Yep, exactly. I really love all cool art detail, very evocative. Love Death Gleam talks, and the cards are a great window to the lore of the world beyond the models. So true. Very, very evocative of kind of all the backstory. I'm going to do a test. I'm going to try some dry brush of this. We'll see. It's nice. I don't know if it's the brown that I want, but we can always adjust as we go. I do like what the dry brush is doing, though.
Is there a specific way to apply a wash?
Kind of. So, yeah, you want your bigger brush, and then you want to make sure it doesn't like glob up, because where it globs, it'll kind of pool and be
Darker.
glossy and darker. You can also feel free to like dilute it with a little bit of water. So you can either put it here, or you can even just put it directly on your surface. I'll put a little bit of water and then kind of wash it down. But those are the main things. Yeah, so yeah, just make sure it's not too thick. Like at the top there, it might end up getting a little bit glossier than you're looking for. So those are the main things. But yeah, big brush, and you want to just like, it's going to start drying fast, so like getting in position as quick as possible is importante. It's kind of working. Kind of do it. Yeah, this guy's sick. Hey, what's up, Viola Worm? What do you feel like has been the biggest change for tabletop over the past 3 years? When I first started to paint Tyranids, I was watching y'all's battles all the time. Oh, thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we've had lots of changes over the years. We've been doing this for like 5-6 years now. I mean, this set is a kind of a good example of how things change. We have used this space in a number of different ways. We actually did start as a hobby section. We have Hobby Titans. But then we kind of found a couple things. One, people are really hyper focused or hyper interested in what they're interested in, especially on YouTube. You know, if they're there for battle reports, they're there for battle reports. So they're not generally there for painting, which is why this is kind of a rare moment, right? We do some painting things, but like I know this is going to get less views than our battle reports because most of our viewers watch battles. If they want to learn how to paint, they'll go watch Ninja or something. So we've done less of that, just kind of being like, well, we should like focus in, right? So there's that, but also the other part about this set is the flexibility, right? This we have the good talk set with the couch and everything, which is still set up, still there, but it's a bit awkward to film on. We have to like have the cameras off to the side and the screens are even farther. And so for a lot of our talking shows, it's easier to kind of be here in a more traditional setup. We have like chairs, desks, all that kind of stuff. We can kind of sit. We can see chat right in front of us. But this whole thing is all modular, right? So like this pulls out, the whole computer is on wheels, and then we can swap this out to be able to do other, whatever, small game systems, Wyldwood, we've done Trench Crusade here, we've done card games, stuff like that. So like having that flexible set was super important. Whereas like the main set is for really, 40K Sigmar large scale games. And they have kind of different requirements. So that's a big thing for sure. Yeah. Please feature Wicktail's paint jobs when you do the showcase of different schemes on Kickstarter. Oh yeah, absolutely. I also kind of want to do a wisp challenge where everyone has to do some wisps, and maybe even pass that to the community. It'd be cool to see. But we'll definitely have Wicktail stuff up for sure. I'm very keen to see what she does. But yeah, thank you for the question, Viola. That's great. Let's see. Jonas says, I'm sure you've answered this one, this just one time. But will any of the figures be available to 3D prints? Fun fact, I love the absurd look of these characters. Thank you so much. Yeah, they have a strong opinion, right? Yes, we are looking at doing STLs on launch so that if you have the capability to do that, you can get them, you can print them yourself. Basically as soon as it's ended. That was a big thing for me when I looked at Trench Crusade, was like, I can wait for the models and it'll be great, but also in the meantime, I can get a couple STLs to get started right away. So I know not everyone has a 3D printer, so it's not like the main method of distribution, but for the folks who want to dive on in, I think it works great. So yeah, absolutely. And then we'll be going pretty quickly on actual production. So as you see, we have literally a bunch of the models here in the studio, already produced, already ready to go. And that's how we do all our Kickstarters, right? We've done 2 rounds of Titan's Terrain. And what we do is we do like all the development up front. As you can see, we've obviously been working with artists and sculptors and even the manufacturers to just get things done and get them ready so that when we go to Kickstarter, we're not starting that process. That's what causes delays on Kickstarters, when people don't have any kind of capital to get going and then they need to raise the money to then start the project, and then they have a good estimate. We are fortunate enough because we have the other business and everything like that, where we can invest early. Kind of puts the risk on us. We have worked out all the kinks along the way already. But what it means is once we go to Kickstarter, very quick and painless. And so that's just a method that we found that works really well, because I get it, man. I think Kickstarter is tough, and I've backed things that haven't worked out. And so, we really just want to make sure that it's a smooth process. That's really just a pre-order. And we just need to know, how many of these do we need to make? That is really the question. So yeah. That's my rant. So you can see here, like, pretty simple. Again, it's just a dry brush, but it is just giving me a lot more kind of pop and texture here, and that's really important. Because like the good painters, the fancy painters, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna figure this out. But I need something that's gonna be approachable for the rest of us. Yeah, nice little fruit system we've got there. Do you know about Malediction? What are your thoughts on it? I've been painting and playing and really loving it. I like the look of what you guys are doing. Thanks. Yeah, Malediction's a really cool game. It's funny actually. Yeah, they went. This was last year or the year before, and we're like, oh dang, like that's pretty similar concept. They have this. They also have the kind of primitive thing, and then they have cards and stuff. But I was pleased to see, after actually seeing everything, like it's definitely a different, related I think, but different. So it was cool. Cool stuff. I think they did a lot of smart things as well. Like it's Loot Studios, right? So they're all digital, and them doing all their stuff digital makes a lot of sense. So it's cool stuff.
What's Malediction?
So Malediction's a new miniature game that came out a year or two ago. and it's all 3D print all your models. And they also play with cards. They have cards. They also have dice. So again, it's not a 1-for-1 by any stretch, but it's a cool like new miniature game, kind of like Trench Crusade, where people are taking these like modern approaches to how do you release and develop one of these things. Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of, I don't know how I feel about just doing like the 3D models that you have to print, because how accessible is that to the average person? I mean,
it's tough, right? And that's why I don't want to index on it too much. I think for them that like is their audience, because that's they do subscription monthly. They make a bunch of models and send them to folks like at the STLs. So their audience is already basically all 3D print people.
huh, that's neat.
Yeah, so I think it works for them. I don't know if you can apply it that broadly to like other places. You know?
Right, right.
We come from the world of Warhammer and stuff like that. So I think 3D printing is more rare. It's growing, but you know, I had a conversation with Brian Poland that always sticks with me, where I'm like, oh man, yeah, so soon we're just all gonna have a 3D printer on our desk, and it's like, we won't even like be producing manufacturing models. And he's like, man, they can't even get paper printers to work. You think they're gonna get 3D printers to work that easy? I'm like, that is true. That is a valid point. And lo and behold, I think most people don't even have like paper printers these days.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me, but I think that's the truth. So yeah, we're not quite there, but for the people like me who are invested in it, we got technology, can do it well.
Huh.
Yeah. Will the playmats shown in last week's video be available in the Kickstarter? They look rad. Yes, absolutely. I think that is obviously an earlier version. We have like a nicer one, but we are going to be doing neoprene mats, as well as like paper mats. So when you buy your faction box, so we'll have the product wise, it's going to be a box with all the models for your faction. So if like you want to play the orcs, you have a box with all the orc models. Separately, there's a box with all your orc rules. So those will have all the cards that you need, all your champion sheets. It'll have little pop-out tokens for all the status effects, for the wisps, standee versions of the trees, and also it'll have a basic playmat, which is it's a nice paper mat, but it's a paper mat. And that is kind of like the easy, cheaper, accessible option. And then if you want to go fancy, you can get the nice neoprene mat as well. So yes, absolutely. So that'll be like a separate add-on for the folks who want that. It won't be like mandatory. Good questions. What is up, Zack Attacks Minis? Thanks for joining us. Wow, I know it's a rarity nowadays to get a hobby live stream, but always a nice treat to see, especially with Wyldwood Minis. If you want to see a cool, so you'll have to check it out more. It's kind of separated. If you want to see a great rendition of the Fuel White Alchemist, that kind of gas mask model we were talking about, check out Zack Attacks Minis on Instagram. He's a really cool rendition, which kind of blew up over Reddit when he posted it, so it was cool to see. Yeah, amazing painter. Painseeker and Trialborn share the same sigil on their belt, with the other dwarves have different sigils. Is there any lore reason behind this? Ooh, there absolutely is. I'd have to ask Brian on these particular sigils, but they do have meaning for sure. And we have like a little bit of a little kind of alphabet's the wrong word, but guides to the sigils. So yes, they do. But I don't remember off the top of my head, to be honest. Yeah, so there is a ton of lore behind the game as well. This isn't just like a game without a backstory. So there's a lot of it. We're going to be doing teases and reveals of that. We have some other content creators going to be doing some coverage as well. And what I really want to do is do like a source book where we can have all the lore in there. That would be super fun. Okay, so what should I do next? Do I want to continue to work on these roots? All right, what about chat? Chat, you decide. Should we flesh out the roots? Or should we do rest of cloak? I'll make a poll. Root, detail, or general cloak. Go, go. Start. I enter the live stream. The first thing you see is hide the model behind the lamp. Classic. Here we go. Bing. So I'm working on the Sage of Seasons from the Nightwood Covenant. Having fun with him. Adding him to my orcs. This is my my Storm Warden. Still needs to have the paint on the Lightning Niels effects, but we're getting there. And then Quentin's working on his first Wisp, first model in many, many years. He says, rest of the cloak, I need more green. Ooh, what if I said the cloak wasn't green? I need to have some autumn in here. I'm honestly thinking of doing like cloak. So we have, this is gonna be like my spring, very vibrant. This is gonna be kind of the wintry. And then we kind of need summer and autumn. So maybe I do like a green over to kind of orangey yellows for the fall. Now we have all 4 of them. I'll probably end up doing that. One thing I also want to try is like get some snow effects and put some snow like on his shoulder. We actually considered doing that in the model itself, but the problem is it's very restrictive. Then you guys have to paint it as snow, and then also like blobs of white is kind of hard to paint. And I feel like it's very easy to make that look bad. And so we're like, we'll do a more general kind of winter element. And then if you want to add that, you can totally add that. Add some flock would be pretty sweet. Yeah. The flowers in the beard is not enough for a season. Ooh, that is true. All right, say Hypnotic. Have a good one. Because yeah, do flowers in the beards. In the beard. I'm also not sure what color the beard should be. We're reaching the limits of like what I had kind of decided on the model, and I was like, yeah, I'll figure it out as I go. Like, should he be old and like have like white or gray hair? So my orcs are gonna have like black hair baseline, and then we'll kind of shake it up from that. So he could be older. Could be like a gray or a white. I also don't want to do exactly what Izzy did. I don't remember what he did, but I want to make sure it's distinct.
Right, right.
Or like extinct. Muppets reference. Excuse me. The flower. Okay. Yeah, the lamp. This is the teaser for the Moth faction. Moth faction would be sick, actually. Sounds amazing.
Write that down.
Right. Write down. Quick, write down. Wooktail, none of the models are going to fit in my print bed. We have, no, I think it's already done. Like the first round, so they all fit in a standard print bed. We've broken up some of the models that need to be printed separately. So they might take a couple runs, but they should all print within a normal size. So yeah, that's the plan. Jonas says, beautiful model. I love seeing some painting. I say graybeard, so it matches mine. Look, I like to see it. What's up, Brazen Painter? Thanks so much for joining us and giving us a super chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
They say, I can't wait to get my hands on these minis. Oh, me too. I can't wait to see what you do with them. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. 15th of September. Yep, that is the launch day on Kickstarter. And let me get a link for everyone. There is one in the description, but we'll put one in chat. If you're interested, I highly recommend you click the Get Notified button. And that will also help us get a sense for who's interested. Go to chat. All right, we're closing the poll. General Cloak wins. General Cloak? Let's see. My favorite part about the orcs in this setting is that wisdom is not tied to age. This is very true, actually. So a lot of folks might not know this. So the orcs, again, they are wise. They're sort of protectors of the forest. And a lot of this comes from, they have these trees, they call them the mother trees, that possess the memories of all those who came before them and their ancestors. And so the orcs can commune with these trees and kind of witness and experience these memories. And so what that means is even a very young orc is going to be very wise, right? They are gifted and cursed with the burden of wisdom and knowledge beyond their age. So the humans are kind of have this vision forward in time, and the orcs are able to look backward in time. And so they're very, very wise. And that's a big thing for them. Yeah. If you go for a white or gray hair look, that could represent snow, and it look like roots are coming out of a mound of snow. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. Remember to shout out the Discord, both for the gift and for the community. Absolutely. We have an amazing Discord, which is very active. We play every single Saturday. Well, I don't usually get to, but everyone else gets to play Wyldwood every Saturday. We have 2 sessions. This is also where we post the newest reveals and things like that. So let me get a link here, and we can post that in chat as well. So it's a great way to just get involved with us, frankly. There we go. But we're going to do the cloak first, and we'll see. I just heard the end of your talk about faction bundles, as I heard there'd be one for each faction and also for some extra stuff. Yes, but we'll do a big one for all the factions. Yes, absolutely. So we are going to definitely do a big, like, all-in bundle. We will get some savings there. And then we're also going to be doing, like, build a starter box with a friend, basically. You know, we debated, do we do a starter box where it's 2 factions packaged all together? And, like, as cool as that sounds for personal reasons, to be like, yeah, we have a starter box, I think, like, the modern approach that I'd like to start with here is build your own, right? So we'll have a way to bundle 2 armies with their materials together for a bit of a discount, so you guys can basically have a starter box between 2
That's
players.
cool. You make your own starter box?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good way to get started. All right, so we're gonna do the cloak, and I like this idea of doing the green and like summer and autumn. The last decision I need to make is which side. If I do the green here, I'm going to do the glow here, and that's also going to be green, right? Because remember that he's kind of crouched over this. So that is either good or bad. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think we have it matchy-matchy a little bit. Cool. Honestly, I like that green that you use. Can I steal that?
Which one?
The darker one. The non-booger.
Yeah.
I do like the booger, though. I will be honest. Sweet. Lindsay's got a link in chat for the Discord as well. How's your little guy going?
Yeah, I'm wondering what to do next.
Okay.
Still haven't decided on the limbs.
Yeah.
And I feel like he just looks kind of flat.
So you might want some edge highlights, to be honest. Ready for that? This is great. I love it. He's so cute. I don't even dislike the arms and legs as like black, basically. I don't dislike it.
I just don't know if it would look unfinished.
Well, you let us know, chat. Do we need them? Look unfinished? So kind of what you're doing already with the eyes. So you can go in with like a lighter green and hit like these. Basically, you do like a little triangle, like chink chink, chink chink, chink chink. There's little edges.
Right.
Oh, same thing here.
Yeah, I did that earlier, and then I painted over all of it to give the brighter green. Yeah.
So something you could even grab like a yellow or mix in a bit of yellow to kind of push that even brighter. And then that you could do the edges of these. And a trick, you know, the instinct can also often be to paint like this. That's harder. What you can do is just get paint here, and then you go sideways like this along just the edge.
Right.
So I think that's what you're sensing that you're missing, which is that pop of that highlight. Man, who could ever collect that cutie? Gotta let them chill in the forest. I know, right? Real Zitmet says, I like the make your own faction Starbucks thing. Sounds great. Been talking to a friend about Wyldwood, and we have some different factions we look forward to. But everyone loves the orcs. The orcs, man. The orcs are the best.
They're just good.
There may be a slight bias, because that is the thumbnail and this is what we're painting. But let me tell you, the orcs, pretty sick. Pretty sick. Cool. So now we're doing cloak. Cloak, cloak, cloak. My only fear will be finding the time to paint them all. It's very true. Well, just take it one at a time. Find what inspires you. You just need 5 models to start playing. So it'll be good. I think I watered this down just a little too much. Green, green, green. I'm gonna start really trying to get full coverage. Oh, you made that color. That's right. It wasn't just this one.
Yeah, it was the it was booger and
green.
Booger and green, yeah.
Yellow green with just green. This is the green that Mel uses for a lot of her Space Wolf like jungle fauna, and it is nice because it is so saturated.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm okay with it, but we'll see. So the cloak I kind of left more shadows, but for this one I feel like I do want to get just a solid green base layer here. Any thoughts on doing faction-specific wisps? Ooh, good question. I don't know. The wisps, I guess we could in a weird way, because so the wisps, the lore behind them, you know, obviously comes from many different mythologies, comes from the will-o'-the-wisps in sort of Western mythologies. Also the idea of spirits kind of manifesting in physical objects comes from a lot of Japanese culture, and so it's a mix of a number of different things. But in Wildwood, yeah, they manifest physically in something near them, and it could be something as trivial as an eggshell, which we have here. We could have like a stump, some bone, whatever. So my first reaction was no, but now that I think about it, they basically they're going to possess whatever's around them. That's kind of the natural world. So that could match whatever is around each of those factions. So that's a pretty good idea, actually. Thank you. I appreciate that. That one's for free. The next one costs me consultation. Whenever you get painting fatigue, you can paint a wisp. Exactly. They're a nice little shake up to it. Yeah, I was also definitely inspired by, again, the sculptors for all these models are Creature Caster, who do amazing work, and they have their own game, Judgment. And in Judgment, they have status effect tokens, so like stun, blind, burn, all those things. Um, those are all wild ones in the name, but you get the idea. They have physical models for them, so it's almost like a video game UI, where there's like there's like a stun, and it's a picture of a guy where he's like all messed up and he has little stars around his head, like tweet, 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 tweet.
Oh, that's fun.
And I was like, that's just such a cool representation of a game mechanic for this like almost in-world interface. And so pretty early on, we're like, okay, well the wisps will have like the tokens, which will just come in the kind of standard box. But then also, like, we got to do some nice sculpted 3D ones because they're just so essential to the world. So yeah, and they add that kind of extra flavor of like whimsy. The game is like it's not super duper grim dark. I definitely didn't want to do that. There are serious and dark elements within it, but we also wanted to at the same time have like fun and playful bits, and the wisps really allow us to do that. You struggling?
This paint
Yeah, why don't you use this
might
one?
be, well, no, this is a different green.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dude, the fluorescents are weird.
They're like chunky.
It's very chunky.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's not
even-
super separated out. Yeah, I found the fluorescents to be kind of difficult. I'll often water them down to their indoor airbrush. Thank you. Sure, that was great on the mic. Give it a go. It's better, but it's still pretty chunky.
Yeah.
So what I would do, here, don't mind my brush. So I'm gonna get a bit of water. I'm just gonna kind of mix it here. It's a little dubious. It's better.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Just kind of sat in there. Thanks for joining us, folks. If you're just tuning in now, we are painting models from our upcoming game, Wyldwood. It goes live on Kickstarter September 15th. And we're in the countdown. Every Wednesday, we're going to have Wyldwood Wednesdays and do some cool Wyldwood content, whether it be a live stream, pre-recorded, whether you're going to be digging into the gameplay, the lore. We'll have live stream games very soon. We're just working on that now. And yeah, so definitely come on in, bring your questions. Let us know what you're painting at home. We're just hanging out for, it's already 1:30, geez. For like another half hour or so. We gotta run. Been quite some time since we did hobby content on Tabletop Titans. So it's kind of fun. Just trying to get all the coverage here. I don't know where the transition is going to happen per se, so I'm going to go maybe around here-ish, and then we can kind of figure out the rest. Let's get this out of the way. That's better, isn't it?
In it?
In it, Adrian should get a little paint desktop agitator. I should, honestly. We love gadgets here. Like a little shaky thing. You put your paint bottle on it, and it goes like, and it shakes it like a million times in 2 seconds. Put in nice.
Put in this.
It has been fun coming back to brushwork after primarily painting in airbrush for many years. And then the bottom of this cloak, you can see it's kind of like this loam or like sod, basically. This guy's about to replant some grass with his cloak. Brazen painted Adrian. Oh yeah. I finished up 20 boys for my bad moons last night. Yes. Sounds amazing. I am over the bad moon for the new works. So excited. So again, pre-order of that is on Saturday, and you know what that means. We gotta play some orcs. So join in. We'll be here. It'll be kind of an earlier stream in the day. But it'll be Mel and I playing. Let me know you want Mel to play. I'm playing orcs. Looking it up. Cool. I'm gonna really have to let this dry before I do the dry brush. So we're cutting these roots again. We'll have to come back and redo that area, which is fine. That's life. Are you doing a live stream of the new orc rules or pre-recorded? Kind of depends how things go, but I'd like to do at least a pre-recorded video. As you've seen, they've shown that there's 15 detachments, so that could take a while, but we'll at least do a pre-recorded little thing. So that's the plan. Let's see, CC, I'm trying to get the starter set of Moonstone finished. The system seems interesting and the setting is very whimsical. Yes, I picked up a box of Moonstone at UKGE. I've liked the models for a while, and I saw they were there, so I was like, I gotta go check them out. And so I got one that has like, it's of course goblins and humans. The little pug knight is just so good. It's amazing. So that game, like, it's funny because it takes like the opposite approach. Our models are extra big and theirs are extra small. They're like this big, but it's all like little goblins and fairies and kind of.
How do you paint that?
How do you paint? That's a great question. I'll let you know when I give it a go. But it's super cool. Okay. And then for the autumn side, I think we can try to use this orange. This orange. Oh, I don't know if I should have maybe primed this in like a lighter color than black. It's my go-to. That might have been a poor decision. How's your little wisp going?
I think he's coming along.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Getting those highlights? Oh yeah, that's great. Love
I think
it.
he's looking pretty good.
You're natural. A new AOS on the horizon. While I collect and paint 40k orcs, I really don't engage with all with the game side of things. Yeah, no worries. Look, there's so many good things to engage with. Yes, we are. We have been working quietly on the side on a new AOS project. It's just been a very busy summer, as you can imagine. So yes, we are intending to do AOS content. We have only stopped it, to be honest, in order to kind of prepare that kind of stuff. So keep your eyes out on this space. Sigmar will be returning. Love Sigmar. You guys see those new Gargants? Oh, so good. So good. Definitely looking forward to painting those ones up. And we still have to finish the ogres that you built.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite a bit more.
There's a lot. And yeah, there's a lot more. Looks like you're almost there.
Yeah. Do the grounds. Deciding if I want to do highlights on the bark. Maybe I add more wash because I don't know if it really what I did added much. The eyes are a little bit messy, and okay, so actually there's quite a bit more.
Yeah, you got some things to do.
Yeah.
I probably would do highlights on the bark. I think it might be a little too dark to wash, at least as it is right now.
So I need a lighter brown.
You know, lighter brown.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I was kind of lacking in that as well. I've got this British khaki, but maybe see if there's something lighter there. And then there's also a stack of Army Painter over here. You can make your way behind.
That might be too much work.
Too much work.
Too much work.
Let's see. CC asks, is there any faction specific besides the models? Someone mentioned wisps, or obstacles or tokens. Yes. So we are working on for terrain, at least on launch. We have plans to do faction specific almost everything, but terrain wise, we're looking at basically we would like to produce some high quality either resin or ABS like trees that would also come with a little like bits packet of like little critters, little decorations for each of the factions. So, you know, a little lion cub, a little saber cat cub for the elves, a little pterodactyl for the orcs, little grubs for the witherwoods, stuff like that. And so that would come with that terrain pack. So if you get the fancy trees, you can also get the fancy little critters to add to them. And so that is our point, because like designing that is a big process. And we might end up doing ABS like on that one, in which case, as we mentioned earlier, you need to be able to produce X amount. And it's a big enough thing that I don't know if I would do that or if I would do resin. So it kind of depends on that. So we're going to start off slower on that one, just have a nice generic kind of woods. And then you can customize them with that little pack that's included. And also potentially faction-specific sleeves for the cards. Could be cool. We have lots of ideas, and we're implementing most of them. We are definitely swinging for the fences. This is fun. This orange, I knew the concern was that it would be too close to the skin. We'll see. Because like that's very, very close. But I'm going to do like yellows and stuff on top of it. So this is just going to be like the shadows. In the shadows. No?
Huh? I don't even know what you're doing.
It's that Lady Gaga song with that country singer.
Oh, well, you lost me at country, so.
Oh, wow. Oh, by Lady Gaga.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
She's goated.
She's goated.
Yeah.
Goated with the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they say?
They do say that.
What kind of sauce is like a chili sauce?
Whatever sauce you like.
Oh,
that's
the
the idea.
That's the idea. Everyone likes sauce. Chocolate sauce. Now I'm having to finally do some detail work here, chat. And I am not doing my best. I should have done this first. Orange and green, great combo. Yikes. Don't worry, it's gonna work out. I have a plan, It's gonna be great. Like a pseudo dry brush. I was just catching the tops there. I'm an artist, I know color theory.
Think you could be on Miniature Master?
Oh, totally, I could be. Oh, it's funny that we've been watching Miniature Master. I'm like, I think I would do pretty well at like the speed challenges. But if they had anything that was like so in Ink Master, you do all these like short challenges. There's like the longest one's like maybe 12 hours or something. But then at the very end, you go home and you do like a 100-hour tattoo or something, right? And
yeah.
Like, I think I could kill it at like the short challenges for painting and converting. But then if they were like, and again, I haven't watched the end of it. I don't even know if the end of it's out yet, so no spoilers. But if they were like, yeah, now go spend 100 hours on this model, that's when I would just lose.
Yeah.
Your shirt matches your orcs very well. Oh my god, it does. So true. Wow. Wow. Oh, Shane's back. Before we answer Shane, let's answer. Let's see what else is going on. Reveals the match. You could take the brown you have, add a little white into it, and mix. Could maybe use that as a highlight. Yes, so that was for you, Quentin. Actually, that's a good point.
Oh, wow.
What did you
Made it a
do?
little late, because I don't know if this is, I don't know, is this working?
It's working. It's just a little subtle.
A
So
little
you might want to be
subtle.
a bit more extreme with it.
Okay, well, because I did water it down a lot with the khaki.
Yeah, that would
Or
help.
I mean, I mixed this khaki and the brown,
Yeah.
and it started off really yellow, and I was like, I need a little bit more brown, and so I guess I went back to a little bit too much.
This khaki is a very strong opinion. Mel
Yeah.
hates this color. I love it. But yeah, you could do that, and you could also just do just a little bit of white, lighten it up
On the
with the
just
brown.
directly on, or
No,
mix it
so
with the
mix it
brown?
with the brown to get a lighter thing. Yeah, exactly. Um, that's true. Happy birthday, Shane!
Happy birthday,
It's his
Shane.
official birthday today. We have to acknowledge him, the Undertrog King.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shane did pitch us a faction. He had like wrote out all the lore and like what the rules could be. He even commissioned an artist to like do it. I was like, dang, this guy's committed. So it's cool. It's a great concept, honestly.
Yeah, your birthday present. Undertrogs are official.
Whoa, that's not the official stance of Tabletop Titans. CC says it's very early, I know, but will future releases be crowdfunded or straight to retail? I'd like to. I don't know, is the truth be told. But one thing that I'm doing a bit differently than before is Titan's Terrain was very successful. But we were very cautious with getting it into stores. We had it in like with select retailers, but we didn't go through like distribution and stuff like that. And I honestly think we could have. People really like it. So I'm open to kind of we are going to be going to retail like right away. And so that makes like a direct to retail in the future very, very interesting. So, nothing for sure, but it's definitely something that's on my mind. Yeah. Is there a place where I can see all the models in one place? Yes. So if you go to the website, see if the orcs are up there. If we go to Wyldwood Game, let's see, Nightwood Covenant. We might not have the final ones in yet. Oh, we do. We have everything except for the 2 pets, so that's pretty good. So if you go to uh-oh, you making a mess?
Well, you see, just no white paint was coming out, and so then I was trying to unscrew it, and I just ripped the top off.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let me see if I can do a screen share here. Studio mode. Screen share. I need to add a display capture. No. 1 second. But yeah, it is on. If you go to the website link that I posted, and then you just scroll down, that's all. You'll see all the factions there. Window capture. That's what we need. Gotta capture that window. It's not happening right now. There's probably too much to jump around with. Anyways, but yeah, so if you follow that link, scroll down, you can see all the factions and all the models there. On the website.
Would you say this is good, or is this too fleshy now?
No, I think it's good. I think it's a great color. So again, just like the edges. Yeah. Yes, rough range of a number of models for a faction. Absolutely. So we're going to be adding more, for sure. But on launch, so the baseline is 5 models on a side. So it's 4 champions, which are these 60mm characters. 1 leader, which is the 120mm bases. That's a warband. There are a couple of factions that have like a summon or so. So for example, the orcs do have 2 summons. The Wyldwood has 1 like root, basically. It's like a root creature that the leader brings around. And then the elves have 2 summons, and everyone else is 5 models. So the dwarfs are 5 models, the humans are 5 models, the Wyldwood is 6, and the other 2 are 7 because the 2 little summons, like little saber cat and little hare. So so yeah, that's it. And then so what you're gonna do is if you want to buy the models, the physical models, you just get all of that in one box. And we will be doing good discounts for the Kickstarter. So it'll be cheaper than when we go to retail. I know it's a new game, it's a new system, so it's important that we make it really accessible and help people get started. So, you know, we will have definitely have a good deal on the Kickstarter prices. Oh, the finals came out today for Miniature Master.
Oh,
That's what we're watching tonight. Love it. Cool. Well, we have about 10 more minutes, folks, until we have to get going. So if you have questions, let me know. It's been super fun chatting already, and I really appreciate all the questions and curiosity that you have brought to the field. Yeah. My main question is like, will it be 1 liter and 6 to 7 units per factions and keep them very small? Or do you think they'll be bigger, like 30 models per faction? In other words, few big or many small? Great question. I want to So it's like I want it to be manageable to collect, but also we want to continue to add support, right? This is a miniatures game. On launch, you have like a lot of deck building options, but you just have the 5 launch models for the faction or whatever, the 7 if it's the summons. So we want to, one of our plans for immediate expansion, and we'll talk more about this when we have the Kickstarter up, is showing what are the factions we're going to add soon afterwards. And also, we are looking at adding a couple of extra champions to each faction as soon as possible so that you guys have more list building options within there. So I don't know if it'll be like 30, but maybe 10 to 12. You know, don't at me, but something around that range we want to add so that you have options to collect and kind of design your lists around. Yeah. Are you planning a release event, like a mini tournament / learn to play in-person event? Yes, absolutely. We'll be doing release events when we have that, which will probably be in like late spring, you know, fingers crossed. But we should have that all set to go. Maybe even a launch event at Adepticon next year. So we'll definitely be there with the booth. And that would be the dream. Yeah. Will new stuff be straight to retail or also crowdfunded? Again, I'm very interested in going straight to retail. I think crowdfunding is helpful, but if we can manage to keep it rolling without them, then that's good. So, or maybe even do like a crowdfunding into straight to retail. You know what I mean? So, like right now, for example, we are going to have bundles for retailers to just immediately get stock of Wyldwood in their stores. So, and we're going to be working with distributors to make that happen. So, we are pushing to have Wyldwood presence in physical stores, not just online. And that also includes organized play, tournaments, things like that. It's a great competitive game for people who want to do that. And so, we're definitely going to be looking at doing support for that like right away. Yeah. Team UKG 2027, let's go! We'll definitely be at UKG as well. Yeah. All right, sounds good. I personally don't want the faction to be too big rather than have more factions. Often a nightmare to balance when you add more and more champions to the same faction. Yeah, exactly. So we don't want it to balloon too much, but I want to add enough so that there is kind of some interesting choices to have. And also so that, you know, you are like, you don't feel like there's nothing else coming out for your faction ever again, right? So it's a balance between the two. But like the game exists as like a great game to pick up in addition or as a first game, right? Like I love Warhammer. I'm always gonna play Warhammer, but this is a game I could play on the side and have be totally comfortable with that. Totally. Don't do the StarCraft miniature game mistake. Which one? Which mistake was that? Would that be? European distributors are on board. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The main regions for sure we'll be looking at is North America, UK/Europe, and then we're also talking about like from there you can kind of ship with better prices to many parts of the world. Australia would be another one because it's expensive and I'd like to make it as accessible as possible. So we'll see. Yep, exactly. Yep. On launch, you can just get this box and you can get started. You don't have to buy, build, paint 20, 50 models. You know, I'm like, oh, 20 would actually be pretty elite for other games. Do you have any artist/industry partners that you plan on sending sample models to before or soon after launch? Yes, absolutely. So we actually sent a bunch out, not a bunch, but a good amount. So if you go look at Wyldwood Game on Instagram, you can see a lot of people we've collaborated with. Someone mentioned Chris Frozen had just did a stream a couple days ago painting up the Weirdbow Sentinel, so you can look at that. I know that Angel Heraldis is working on some stuff right now. And then we have a number of other things in progress that will be launching kind of closer to the Kickstarter. And we'll do some battle reports with people. We'll do some lore coverage. So a lot of that's going to be coming out over the coming 30 days. Froggy PhD has already done some stuff. Spence Painting on Instagram just posted his first video, but he's going to be doing more soon, looks like. A lot of stuff. Speaking of, even some of the folks in Miniature Masters have been sent models are going to be doing stuff as well. So I know they're excited. Yeah. Demo games don't launch a hobby house. Yes, that'd be amazing. Kickstarter web store basically made the game not profitable for distributors and FLGs to carry. Yes, so I was aware of that. Yeah, unfortunately, the StarCraft was really low margin for stores, and so a lot of stores were just not carrying it at all, and that was really bad for them on launch, as you can imagine. So yes, definitely not looking to repeat that mistake. So I mean, it happens. We all make mistakes as we're learning, but you want to try to learn from everyone else and make as few as possible yourself. So that's the plan. So we have a few minutes left. How's this little guy?
He's coming along. I'm a little skeptical about the exposed eye.
Okay.
And the limbs are still black. So
I know. We didn't get any
I
feedback
haven't
on
done
that
the
one.
terrain, so
I'll see it.
yeah.
So cute. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is great. I like the edges that you have here. There's some nice edge highlights here. I think this is great. What I'll often do is for eyes like this and like lenses is I'll get like a little, I'll take like almost a pure white and I'll do like a little shing and a like a shing and a right there. And that'll be like a little shine on them.
Right.
So like a little bit anime, but it's not too much. So I'll do that and I'll do one on the bottom. Just like kind of across from it, perpendicular. And that gives it that nice little kind of shiny quality, almost anime. But this is great, right?
Oh, thank you, Shane. Yeah.
First model in 10 years. Ain't too shabby. Cute little wisps. So is Wyldwood easy to paint? Yes. But even here, I think yes. I think there's a lot you can do. Just like basic techniques here. Not anything fancy. It's painting up just a couple hours. Very accessible. How many wisps? We've got 15 sculpts. I think it's gonna be 15, but don't quote me until that's alive. But that is what we're aiming for. How many models would that be? If I want to paint up everything from my first game, how many models would that be? So it is generally five models ish on each side. So that's 10 models. And then the wisps. So the wisps, you don't need to do the painted wisps. If you're someone who doesn't want to paint a lot, when you get the rules side, the rules box, it's going to come with 2D wisps and 2D tokens for everything. So like, I think I have some prototype ones here, which is a giant one. There we go. So here's some examples of the tokens. And these will just be like nice kind of punch board. What the heck?
Where is this camera?
Where is this camera? It doesn't exist. Wow, it's so far over. So there's like poison, blind, stealth. There's some ready tokens, or exhausted tokens, as the case may be. Computer, enhance. You're not enhancing.
There we go.
And then here's the wisps, which are just like these cute little tail illustrations. So blown out. So you don't have to paint any of those, but if you want to, because they're cute, you can get those separately. So really, we're looking at like 10 models would be the baseline. Stealth, where does it go? I'll deal with that later. So yeah, hope that's helpful. He's a great little dude. A great little dude. And happy.
Oh.
Sage of Season. There's Wyldwood, folks. Painting Wyldwood. Of course, let us know if you enjoyed this. We can do more streams like this. It is unusual for us to do paint streams, but we're doing something pretty unique, which is launching our own game. So it's a fun time. Boom. That's us. That's us.
That's us.
Hey. Amazing. There's a weird setup today. Juggling chat. Amazing. Thanks for the stream. I'll start training up my paintings so I'm warm for when the game releases. That sounds amazing. We'd love to see you there. And again, folks, I'm going to post the Kickstarter in chat one more time. If you are at all interested, I would definitely hit follow so that you can get notified when we go live with the Kickstarter. It is going to be September 15th. We're going to be doing lots of coverage leading up to that as well, though. So every Wednesday, we will have new content, and then honestly, we'll have other content along the way as well. So, boom. That's that. Tell your friends, spread the word. We really appreciate it. And yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow morning with another stream. We'll be talking about 40k orcs, I think, and then on Saturday back with a live game stream with the brand new orcs and lots of cool stuff going on with that. That's gonna do it for us. Really appreciate you all taking the time hanging out. Quentin, congrats on your first model.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Looking good.
I love it. And that's gonna do it for us, folks. We'll catch y'all next time on the tabletop.
Bye.